If you're a fan of overhauling, you know it's not just another car show. It's a people show. And if you know anyone who deserves to be overhauled, or if they've given up their dream car to help a friend in need, now's your chance to tell their story and submit them to become a part of the overhauling family. Because I'm proud to announce we're bringing overhauling back.
So congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, I feel very honored, believe me.
It's very cool. It's an honor for us to talk to you, and then also we're going to talk to your son in a bit. But since we have you here with us, we know that Chip started at a really young age working for you in modifying cars and designing cars. Can you talk a little about your company and how you started out in modifying and detailing cars and where it's taken you?
Well, it was a love of mine, and always wanted to have a trick car, so therefore I made my hobby my trade. And then after I was married, I was 7 years old, I was dragging him to the shop. And I taught him everything I knew, and he took to it like a duck to water. He enjoyed it, he loved it. And when it comes from your heart, it's not a job, it's fun.
It almost seems like he came out of the womb, like wanting to design cars, maybe from your influence, possibly.
I think it was because, you know, I'd finish a car and he loved to ride in it, and it was just his thing. I mean, it was a natural, you know.
Very cool. So let's talk about you for a second. What was the first car that you really got into and modified and designed or detailed yourself?
The creating part of it, trying to come up with something that's different, cool, trick, and just putting the package together. And the colors, interior, you know, the car should be a unit, not just a good-looking taillight. That taillight's got to go with the front end as well. I mean, it's got to be a combined unit.
So what is your dream car that you'd like to work on?
You know, I really don't have a dream car. It's just, it's whatever blows your skirt up, shall I say. You know, like some days I'd like to do this, another day I'd like to do that. You know, it's just I like all cars, and I don't have a particular car that I'm really totally in love with.
Awesome. Very, very cool. All right, thank you so much, Sam. I think
my son's in the room.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk to him next.
Much better speaker than I am.
You did awesome.
I feel great. Not a better natural high in the world than this.
I also want to thank JL Full Throttle for making this dream a reality. You know, when we signed the diecast deal, they said, we'd like to see the hemisphere become a reality. And they gave us some seed money to make it happen.
So ladies and gentlemen, the Chip Foose design JL Full Throttle Hemisphere. And of course, the scale model diecast from JL Full Throttle.
Unique Performance presents the realization of Chip Foose's 16-year dream, the Foose Coupe.
In 1990, when I was a student at Art Center, I designed a car for Chrysler Corporation. They had come in and wanted us to do a niche market vehicle, And rather than creating a niche market vehicle, which they asked for, I catered to a niche market. There are already hot rodders out there, there's muscle car enthusiasts, and there's supercar enthusiasts. I created something by blending all three of them and came up with the Hemisphere. We've got the mid-engine configuration that actually ties in that supercar feel, but you've got the hot rod cues and styling, and you got this sort of a profile of a muscle car. You know, it's everything wrapped into one package that a lot of people say, well, you can't do that. But, you know, that's why designers are here, is we can prove that it can be done, and it can be done in a fun way. Originally, I was going to build one car for myself, and when I signed an agreement with RC2, the die-cast company, they gave me a little seed money to build the car. And I had already built a chassis, had the 426 Hemi in it, and I went over to visit my friends over at Metal Crafters and talked to them about building a full-size foam buck that we could actually put a fiberglass shell over and use that to hand-shape a steel body. And in talking to the guys at Metal Crafters, they said, why don't we build 50 of these? And rather than doing steel bodies, let's do it autoclave carbon fiber.
It's pretty much all Formula One technology. The same carbon fiber that goes in Formula One car is what we use on the Foose Coupe.
And not only to work with them, but to work with the great guys over at John Hotchkiss Performance and their sports suspension. Now to combine both, where we know that we're going to build this, let's get the best in the business to actually make a suspension that's going to perform. You know, it's state of the art. This is now a supercar, and being out here on the track today has proved that.
I do have to say that in 27 years of experience, I had the opportunity to drive many, many different concept vehicles and prototype automobiles. And this little puppy here is just incredible. I mean, it's really exciting. You can really feel the road. You know, you got 500 horsepower back there. And one of the main things is that Foose himself will meet with each individual owner and design paint scheme, interiors, leather components, different fabric. So each one of these vehicles will be total unique.
Only 50 people are going to own one. I know I'm going to own one, and I hope a lot of my friends do too. If they're not friends now, they will be.